What are you doing?
All right. I'm gonna bring everyone back.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. And we are very happy to move forward with this meeting. And I'm looking for a motion for our new interim manager. Dickie, you want to just say it out loud?
I would like to motion to bring on Rennie Perry as our interim manager for the city.
We have
I'll
a
second that. I'll second.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion, either by the council or by anyone who is visiting with us tonight? Andy?
Are we sure this guy has the experience for the job?
Well, we questioned that. That's why it took us so long to get out of executive session.
Sorry, I am obviously just kidding.
I know, obviously I am too. If
So,
not,
Lynn,
I call.
I will ask a serious question. Rennie, why did you decide to come out of retirement at this point and take this job on?
Because I knew it was a job that needed to be done. And there were only a few people who could step in to actually do it right away, you know, with Daniel leaving. That's Mel, me, and Matt Chabot. There's only three that could actually immediately step in. And Mal's on the city council and wouldn't have expected him to resign from that to do this stint. And I know that Matt Chabot is very gainfully employed and very busy, and he probably wouldn't be getting a sabbatical from his employer in order to do that. So that left me, and I just thought it was my, really, I thought it was my duty to the community to be able to help out for some short period of time and keep things going until somebody else takes over.
Well, you hope it's a short period of time.
Yes, I do.
How long are you projecting the search will take, Lynn?
We're gonna keep Rennie on until January 11th, and we hope to have a new manager by then.
Thank you. Thank you, Rennie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rennie.
So Lynn,
Oh, excuse me.
so Lynn, I think that, I'd suggest that the motion have a friendly amendment relative to the fact that Rennie will be working part-time at less than 24 hours and also his rate of pay of $37 an hour.
And a 60-day period.
Yes, yeah. So
Is
if
that
the,
okay with you, Dickie?
I have no problem with that. Yeah.
Okay. So hearing no other discussion, all those in favor say aye.
aye.
Opposed? Anybody not voting? It's unanimous, Rennie. Thank you very, very much for
Thank you.
coming on board. And I'd like to invite you to participate in the next part of this meeting. I don't expect this to be long, but I'd like to get Daniel's input on where we are in the process of looking for a permanent manager.
So I posted the position on VLCT and on the front of the website. I can update that now that we have an interim manager, because I put in there a posting about looking for an interim manager. As far as that's really that the council last decided that the full council wanted to be part of the recruitment process. So now we got to start those discussions about the recruitment process, how long we want to solicit applications for the manager position, and those types of things.
I do think that if we have only 60 days to do this, we need, and with the decision that the whole council's going to participate, we need to set a time right now and some, I think the rest of the salary and everything has already been pretty much posted and decided, but we need to put a deadline on accepting applications. So does anybody have any thoughts about that in the council?
I actually was going to suggest open until filled.
Hmm.
I would agree with that. I mean, we're not driving any traffic this way. We've flipped managers pretty frequently over the last couple of years. So putting a timeline on this isn't going to help our chances.
Right. I mean, I can see both sides. Like if you have a timeline, it might incite people to apply sooner, but I don't know, a deadline. I don't know. If we leave it open, I mean, we could always extend it, but.
Yeah, I know. But I think that there's got to be a point where we're starting to review the application. Do we have any at this point, Daniel? Let me ask you that.
I have one.
Okay.
So you could set a date for when you guys want to start an interview or have an interview date.
Yeah, I don't know why we can't interview while we're accepting applications.
Yeah, if that's the way you want to do it, that's fine with me.
Actually, I was going to ask a question, Daniel. When I was looking at the posting the other day, because I had a colleague that might be interested, I noticed that there's a link that says click here for more information, and it just loops you back to the city website. Was there supposed to be additional?
No, well, no, not in particular. I just kind of put that on there at the end just to get people familiar with the city, I guess.
Okay. I wonder if maybe you can change the wording to like click to return to the city website. It just felt like it was an unclosed loop where somebody was looking for more information about the posting and there's not additional information.
Yeah, okay.
Thank
That's
you.
a good point. I can fix that. Yeah, so I'll and if anyone has any more comments, please send them my way and I'll because I'm gonna be taking out the interim part.
Thank you,
on that
Daniel.
posting.
So why don't we plan that at our next meeting, our next regular meeting, that we review the applications that we have at that point, and maybe Daniel and Rennie can email us as they come in with all their background. And
Well,
then
they're gonna be coming to you, Lynn.
okay, then I'll
Actually, that's a good point. Do you want the applications to come to Rennie now that Rennie's here? That's actually.
I would prefer that because I don't want to create any bias ahead of time.
So maybe that's another change that I'll make.
So can I suggest a way to vet resumes?
Sure.
In the previous position I had, I read through a lot of resumes, and it sounds awful to say it, but we scored people.
Yeah,
Rennie's probably familiar with something to that effect. I find it to be a really good tool to be really purposeful in how you're reading resumes. And all we did was like put people's names down one column and then the criteria that we were looking for across the top, and clump it into groups. And then if somebody meets a criteria and it jumps out at you, you just stick a 1 in there. And then if you have any kind of comment, you put it at the end. I found it was a good way to read it with a different lens, read resumes with a different lens, and it helped me to retain when I was reading. And then if you find 2 people that are really closely skilled, you can look at it and say, okay, well, I gave this person 15 points, I gave this person 14 points, and figure out why.
So when we recruited the city clerk, I made a template in Adobe. So Rennie and we can work together to make some sort of template for the council to rate everybody.
Cool. I did it in Excel, if that works for you. It was just a little bit easier to manage. Just a suggestion.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, Rennie and we'll work together.
Yeah, that's the way the state does it. So I know that Jill, you're probably really familiar with that type of scoring system. Mhm.
I did it at the Vermont Community Foundation, but yeah, I cribbed it
Oh.
from the state.
So maybe, you know, a good thing to gather from the council also would be, you know, what they would like to see on that rubric. So maybe I can work with Ronnie to put something together, send it out to the council, and you guys can give me and Ronnie your feedback. We can put something pretty strong together.
That's why we have you two.
Right.
Brian has his hand up.
Yeah, I just had a couple questions. So when is Mr. Perry officially taking over as interim? And then my other question was, why is this posting not being advertised on like Indeed and other traditional national job sites?
He is going to start the day that Daniel leaves, which is November 10th, I believe.
13.
13th, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can post the advertisement on Indeed. You know, we were looking for somebody really quickly, and it's a specialty type of position, so it's on BLCT I put it up on BLCT in the media, but that's, yeah, I'm going to start putting it out a lot more broadly.
I think Brian's point is a good one. We need to cast as wide a net as possible, please.
Yep.
Yeah, there's certainly a fair number of people who want to move to Vermont right now.
That's very true.
I would just make this comment. This is a personal opinion. I'm not looking for a 3 to 5 year person. I'm looking here for somebody who's going to be dedicated to Vergennes and maybe not end his career here, but at least make a big dent in his career here, or her.
His or her, yes.
Yeah. So,
Let's also remember that we need to think outside the box a little bit sometimes, and maybe open up our minds to somebody that may not have the perfect experience, but something that is very well translated to what we need somebody to do. Because it's a skill set, not really a, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Agree.
Budgets have got to be a pretty important part of their background, though.
Speaking of budgets, is there a way to get that fire department piece emailed out sooner than later?
Yeah, we just had a meeting with Ferrisburg just now. Chief and I are going to be working on some things, and yeah, yes.
Probably everything that you've been working on previous would be nice to actually see before you leave.
Yep.
So is there any other comments or any other concerns that need to be addressed about the new manager coming, not our interim, but our permanent manager? They'd like to be discussed tonight because that's the only other thing on the agenda.
So Lynn, I got disconnected because I was trying to see what was posted on the city's website and what went to VLCT. Is there a way for Daniel to put that on the screen?
If he can, I can.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Do you want what's on the city's website or what's on VLCT? They're similar, but.
Well, let me tell you what my I guess I'd like to see it. I want to make sure that that the ad makes reference to really all the hats that we're looking for. And if it just says municipal manager, then that's I think it just needs to be clear.
Have you got it, Daniel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's broadly about Vergennes. So I have to take this interim piece out. More about Vergennes. This says appointed by the mayor and city council. supervise, what the manager supervises, the amount of full-time employees, the budget. Some general challenges. I can add to this if anyone thinks of anything they'd like to see on here.
I think challenges has a negative connotation, and we need to be careful about that.
Minimize that. Limited administrative resources sounds not appealing.
May I just make this suggestion? Is this available for anyone to look at, Daniel, that's on the council?
Yeah, I sent it to everyone in an
Emailed
editable.
out, yeah.
Yeah, I gave it to everyone in a publisher form.
Okay, so if anyone, rather than go by this piece by piece tonight, I'd like to see the whole thing again. I read it when it was sent, but but maybe there's some changes that we might suggest, and it might be best to email both Rennie and Daniel any changes that you might like to see, and change the email to Rennie's new position.
Yep. Yeah, I just, I looked at other city manager postings.
Okay. Does anybody object to that method?
And I don't see a problem with it. Did it come as a PDF or as a publisher attachment?
I think I sent both.
Okay, cool.
If you need the publisher, just let me know what you need. And then, so the one on VLCT, it's just this in text. I took all the text from this and it's this in text. So I can do the same thing for an Indeed posting.
I think you can also shorten it and just link it back to the website, whatever works best.
Yeah, I just, I try to put something appealing for that sets Vergennes apart that people will be interested in applying for.
So
I mean,
where
Actually,
is this document going?
Can I interrupt for a minute? I just want to let you guys know that it's live out there. So I don't know if you want it live already, because I viewed it and I'm not looking for a job, but I'm wondering if you guys want to revise this before it goes live. But right now it's live out there.
It was live because we were looking for an interim. But now we have one.
Yes, but it talks about everything that you talk about, the challenges and everything. So the wording is still the same.
Yeah, that's why we're reviewing it. I think we can change this and put it live in a couple of days. So if everybody could make their comments, including anybody here that's a citizen, if you're a voting citizen in Vergennes, if you have comments, please send them to Rennie and Daniel.
So in that effect, then, should we pull the ads from pull the listing from the website and the league site? Do our pass around email edits to Rennie and Daniel and plan on having it launched, today's Monday, by like Thursday? I'll read back to the city website, back to the league site, including Indeed and any other sites we can find for posting.
Why don't we pull the long ad and just say something in a very short blurb on the website that we're hiring for city manager and contact for more information, and then we don't lose steam. If there's somebody that's interested, they'll reach out.
I don't have a problem with that.
I don't either.
Good.
Okay, is there any other discussion other than changing some of the wording here as far as our new manager might be concerned? If not, I'm looking to Lowell.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Thank you, everybody, for participating. I'm really looking forward, and thank you so much, Rennie, for considering our offer and joining in the team. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you, Rennie.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Rennie.
Buckle up, Rennie.